If you had to pick between a son and a daughter.
A daughter, because I feel like it's a phase. Eventually she's gonna stop being a hoe, you know what I'm saying? I feel like being a hoe is a stage of your life. After a while, I want my daughter to have fun. I want my daughter to have that experience.
That was,
I don't want my daughter to be like a church girl. She haven't experienced life. I want to be so cool with my daughter. I want my daughter to be like, you know, like I don't know who the baby father is, you know, or, you know, I this nigga and that nigga. As I'm using protection, I want my daughter to have fun. Being a hoe is a moment kind of thing. It's like you're having fun for the moment. It's like you do it for fun, you know, you come back to it. You single, let me while I'm gonna go Miami, be a little hoe, come back home and act holy. Like, I feel like I want girls to like go out and be hoes and stop dating one man and just like, oh, I love him. No, go be a hoe. Go try different, have fun, you know, like suck a few different, see which one you like, which flavor you like. Is it a bad thing?
No. Not at all.
and I agree with him. It's not a bad thing because at the end of the day, men love 304s. They just don't want to marry them up. The guys that know the difference between the 304s and the good girl, it works at their advantage. The men that don't understand the difference between the 304 and the good girl, those are the ones that's going to have the problem. So I agree with him. It's not a bad thing. The more 304s, the easier it is.
Got it. Hold on. Don't be kicking now. Hold on. There you go. Surprise, baby. Yeah. Yeah.
You pack my thing?
Hell yeah, Hubert. You been cheating on me with Hubert.
He's just a friend.
Yeah, nah, he ain't no friend.
You really want to do this on my birthday?
I don't give a damn about your birthday. You been cheating on me with a dude named Hubert. I'll be damned. Here go your stuff. It's already packed. Get your stuff and get the hell out my house. Cheat on me with a dude named Hubert. Get the hell out my house.
Yes,
He got mad that she cheated on him with a dude named Hubert. But guys, if this happens to you, make sure you do it the same way. Make sure you wrap all of her luggage up on Christmas and give it to her as a Christmas gift.
Tired you are. How about the fact that he's not only tired, but he's exhausted. But every 2 minutes, here you come with your mouth and you're complaining and you pointing out stuff that you feel like he needs to do, but you don't want to correct them that you do. He's exhausted, extremely exhausted, because he works and has to deal with not having any peace in your mouth.
Women are really warning other women to tone it down because women do that. They put a lot of pressure on the man in a relationship, especially when their energy levels go up from being moody. Men that are in relationships with women that are dragging them down, they suffer the most because in a lot of cases, these guys stay in the relationship because of their child. What men need to do now is learn to take your power back and get out the situation if it's not working.
Relationships with quality men because you don't know how to be in a committed, faithful relationship. You don't know how to turn the TV off. You don't know how to shut down all other outside attention from men and just focus on one man. So you're always keeping all your doors open, all your options open, so you never really have time to bond with this man. And he's into you, talking to you, dealing with you. Men are not that complicated. When we choose somebody, we choose because we're trying to get on down the road and build and do life. But you still got 11 million things. But here's the problem. Many of you...
And Kevin is absolutely right. Women are trying to do too much that they pretty much practice hypergamy the entire time they're in a relationship. They want to be in a relationship, but they also want to put the man under pressure, but also hold out for other options out there. What men need to learn how to do, have more than one woman and weave the women out in your favor that's going to adapt to you more. Too many guys try to get a woman to compromise who has her own agenda.
On the way to that appointment, I'm about to be like, babe, my car broke down just to see what you're going to do.
Okay.
Are you gonna come and get me? Are you gonna, cause if not, why am I giving it to you?
Cause you wanna f me. Like,
I got toys all in the closet.
Nah, check me out, cuz. Personally, I'm not laying down with no woman that I wouldn't see about. However, I know what type of I'm bringing to the bedroom. So with that being said, it ain't just you giving to me, beloved. I done broke that down every time you came over here. No, this not toxic. If is what you giving to me and I'm giving good back, then that just equaled out that part of the transaction. So if you down bad, because my thing is this, y'all got a whole song that the DJ can drop the beat on and y'all say in unison that broke boys don't deserve no.
I know
Beloved,
that's right.
if you over there struggling, done fell behind on your bills, I'm taking my dick and I'm going home.
Yeah. And he's absolutely right. What guys have to also understand is don't let the woman lead the conversation. If she leads the conversation, it always reverts back to something sexual because women try to dominate conversations in the sexual sphere. The moral of the story here, we're living in a whole entire different time now where people don't know if they're man or woman and don't know how to be in a relationship, what's a relationship, what's not a relationship. The best thing for you to do is find out where you want to go in life and just chase it.
Would you make her sign a prenup with the abundance of money you do have?
Yeah, of course.
You would make her sign. Say you're gonna marry a girl, okay? And you love her so much. Would you make her sign a prenup with the abundance of money you do have?
Yeah, of course.
You would make her sign a prenup?
Yeah, why not? Because if she was like, she's not comfortable with that, then it's like...
But she might get offended by that.
Well, if she's offended by that, then she's not the one, right?
Okay.
He's absolutely right. If she's offended by a prenup and she's offended by things that he's doing to protect himself, she is not the one. Women make their mistakes by even when they're trying to place themselves as like independent or place themselves with value, they're still trying to place themselves as a victim. Like, all right, what if she did this? What if she does that? What if she did this? What if this happened? I'm sorry, but if a woman doesn't get along with your program, you don't marry her. It isn't, oh, this is what she want to do. I have to adjust to accommodate her. No, women think you're going to accommodate them because you always want to sleep with them. But the guy that get the woman doesn't need to accommodate with them because he has more women that want to sleep with him. That's how the game go.
I mean, it's like, is that then she's offended by it? Is she like, is that why she's there then?
Your money? What if she also made a lot of money? Like, maybe more than what you make?
Well, the laws, specifically in California, are really not in favor of men, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like a woman you could break up, they could take like half your she could do it and be like, peace.
Okay.
And he's right. This is the side that women don't look at. And the reason why they don't look at this side is because majority that are going to talk this talk, like specifically the girl that's in front of us that we're watching now, she's young. She hasn't reached a level of success. So she doesn't know the dedication that it takes in order to make the money. She's still young. But Bradley here, he's been around for years. He's been famous for years. So he understands what it takes to get to the top. Once you go through that pain, that sweat, that grinding year after year, day after day, you're not going to turn around and give it to anybody, nor are you going to marry someone who's doing the same thing as you. Two alphas don't share the same kingdom.
So you would make her sign a prenup?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think it's like, and vice versa. She was like, if she had a lot of money, she was like, sign a prenup, I'd be like, sure, I don't care.
Oh, you would sign a prenup too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I asked her earlier.
So like he said, he will also sign a prenup if she asked him as well because of the laws that are in California. You have to realize you have to be able to take whatever you can dish out. The moment you cannot take what you're dishing out, you're lying to yourself. Like if someone was to say something about me like, Anthony, you're beta, or Anthony, you're this, I'll say 10 more things about myself that was worse than what they just said. Why? Because you have to be fully confident with who you are, but you cannot allow the thoughts of someone else to dictate what you do. Humans are fickle, which is why people love animals.
Educated you are, the less agreeable you are. Because the more educated you are, the less agreeable you are. Or the more successful you are, the harder you are to please.
Yeah.
The more traveled you are, the easier it is for you to get bored. So as a man,
damn. Okay.
Because
I agree with him on that. He's given off the characteristics of a woman who is successful while she has a hard time dating. It's because she's too dominant and she's too hard to please. At the same time, there's always a weaker man that's trying to pursue her that's getting this treatment. You have to understand when it comes to a woman, only your desperation will decide how she treats you, not what comes out of your mouth. It's how desperate you are. The more desperate you are, the more she's going to have standards. But the moment you start not giving her attention at all, she drops her standards and she starts thinking, what can I do to get his attention? The moment she starts doing that, she will be able to conform. And this is for independent women, broke women, hood rats, suburban chicks. It works on them all. Just stop chasing them. Do you, whatever they have going on in their life, they'll forget about it. And all they'll be focusing on is, what type of woman can I be in order to attract him?
Like, I don't know your circle of people, but my circle of people, I'm not messing with no basic ass person.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying, and those guys that aren't basic,
hold
on, those guys that aren't basic, the guys that make good money or they're actually good men, guess what? They don't like being loyal. They don't like being with one girl. So you could sit there and have that mentality of, I'm only going to shoot up here, but guess what?
But
those
why
guys
is
up here.
Like, I don't know your circle of.
This is when the internet just totally confuses your brain as a man. Not every guy with money is going to have multiple women. That's what sucks about this red pill space. A lot of you are just reciting what other people have said to you. Watch a couple rap videos, listen to what's going on. Here's the brunt of this space. Majority of you are here are the lames in life. You're the lames. All right, you're the one who was never cool. You're the one that never had the women. So when you come online, you meet guys that are more confident than you, guys that could show a lifestyle, and they start talking their belief system, but their belief system may only work where they are at. And you take on that ideology and you turn around and repeat it. That's what we have now. We have a generation of men that are lacking the experiences that you're talking about online. When it's all said and done, you want a woman to love you? You better have a purpose. You better have a dream. You better have a vision. What do I mean? When that woman sit down with you and she say, what do you do for a living? You say, I'm working on this. I'm doing this, which is going to connect to this. And this is my plan. What are you doing? Oh, you work 80 hours a week. Obviously, me and you won't be in a relationship, but we can mess around though. That's how it is in real life when you're dealing with men who are actually on their purpose. What comes out of her mouth doesn't matter anymore. Most men who are successful are going to go and get them a submissive woman. Why? Because a true submissive woman can only be attracted to a true alpha male. It's too many of you guys out here claiming you're alpha and ain't even got no bass in your voice. You claiming you're alpha, but you're still complaining every day to women about what women are doing. No. You need to stop, buckle in, lock in to what you're going to do in your purpose, and magically, just magically, you'll start seeing a whole bunch of women start throwing themselves in front of you. That's what happens in real life. And that's what a lot of guys who've made it say. They don't say this stuff that people are saying on these debates. Talking about this on debates is clickbaits.
Haram. And then I have multiple boyfriends, but I'm still single, so life is good.
Haram.
Okay.
Haram.
Hi, I'm Sonia Powell. What else do I gotta say? What's my career? I'm a professional whore.
Haram.
My body count's like I don't know, like definitely over the hundreds. I don't know. I stop getting. Why are you moving away from me?
Haram.
You guys have to realize these type of women that we do talk about have existed for a long time. A long time. All right. And the reason why a lot of guys now, and it has became big, is because the new generation of men, you guys have been taught to just be weak. You haven't been taught to be men. Most of these guys are not even playing football. You're not even playing no type of sports. You're literally just sitting at home playing video games, and the video games has alternated your personality. And I could tell by when I go and look at some content that's very popular, be having like 20, 30 million views, a lot of it is weird. Like Mr. Beast, we can understand that, but a lot of this stuff is just bot stuff whenever I go online. And it really shows the brains of people. Even when we sit down and edit these videos, if we edit a certain way, it would get views because it adjusts to the way the brain of people are thinking. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. And if you want to see like what my life is like outside of YouTube, I have a second channel called Life with Anthony Spade. Link is in the description. That has nothing to do with women. It has strictly to deal with my car club, me and cars, customizing cars, because that's what I'm into. That's my hobby. That's what I love to do. And I say that because a lot of you guys need hobbies. You need something you need to do, including content creators that come online every day and just talk about women all day long and have nothing going on in your life. That's very depressing. Hasta la vista.